And good afternoon from a grey and overcast Stockholm. I want to talk to you guys about travel photography, because it is a bit of a gamble, you know. Often you book the tickets months in advance, and of course you don't know what the weather will be at the time, so you book the trip in good faith, and then when the trip comes around you just have to deal with the cards you get dealt. So that's happening right now. Grey weather in the background. I don't think that should hold anybody back. So in London where I live, I really just cherry pick the good weather days and try to only photograph on those days, get the nice sunsets, nice sunrises. But obviously with a lack of a draw in travel photography, you don't always get that luck and have those opportunities. But I really don't think it should hold you back, and I want to talk to you guys about some ways you can get around that. So on a grey and overcast day like this, where there isn't much colour in the sky anyway, I'd recommend black and white photos, and that's what I'm about to do. Later on in the day, when the blue hour kicks in, that often makes for some good photos as well. You can get some lights of the city coming on, and that's also always an interesting feature. And lastly, the most dependable factor actually is night photography, because when it's dark it doesn't matter if the day was a good day or a bad day. So might do a bit of that later too. Let's do this. On our first shot of the day. So this is the black and white shot that I wanted to try. Going to be focusing on this Scandinavian architecture in the background, and using two filters at the moment, specifically the circular polarizing filter as well as a three-stop filter. The reason I chose those two filters is because I'm going to try to take all the reflections and shimmering bits off the water surface, keep that nice and matte, and then with the three-stop filter plus another 1.5 stops you lose through the polarizing filter, I was actually able to get a shutter speed of 30 seconds, which gives a nice long exposure and you get the water really flat. Take a look at this. So we're mid blue hour at the moment, and as I'd hoped, the city lights are coming on really nicely, and a bit of residual light left in the background. If you do a long exposure you can still get a bit of colour coming through, and yeah, hoping that works out really nicely. Let me show you what's caught my eye and talk you through the composition. So this is the Royal Palace in Sweden. It's looking really beautiful with all these city lights reflecting so nicely in the harbour, and for some reason the water's a lot stiller here, so you almost see a bit of detail from the building being reflected really nicely in the water. And yeah, I thought that'd make for an amazing composition. Like I said, the residual light hasn't quite faded yet, that's why it's not pitch black night yet, and for good edit and stuff you can definitely make the blue pop a bit. Check this out. So it's pitch black night now, and I'm going to take the last shot of the day. As promised, I'd try a bit of night photography, and let me show you just what I had in mind. Of course, I've got the camera set up on a tripod and got it facing towards the city in the background there, where you can see the church over there, which should make a great backdrop. And in the foreground, I've got these leading lines, which are train tracks. And as you can see, there's some trains pulling through, which I hope to capture in a light trail kind of way, and that should amplify those leading lines, add a lot of energy, and hoping that these light trails over here really guide the viewer through the photo, add a lot of light and colour into the night, and draw you into this church in the background. Let's see if that turned out any good. I'm done shooting for today. Hope you enjoyed my little tour of Stockholm and learned something about how to take great photos on bad weather days. If you have any great suggestions of your own on how to make the most of a gloomy day photography wise, please do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And as always, hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please be sure to like, comment, and if you aren't already, please subscribe. See you in the next episode. Bye.